Students, and a warm and hearty welcome to the English world of Aradhya. Myself Rashmin sir, teaching English to the students of 9 to 12 standard in English medium. Students, today we will begin your first lesson from your second book, that is Moments, and the title of the lesson is The Lost Child. Okay. This lesson is written by Mulkraj Anand, and I might have told you in my earlier videos that he is one of the stalwart of the Indo-English writers. Okay, first generation writer, the people who started writing in English in India. In the first generation only we had Mulkraj Anand. So his stories are quite interesting, and in many of his stories you will find him not giving you a particular end. He leaves most of the things on the readers. You have gone through the stories, now you make your own end. And similar is the ending of this lesson over here. He leaves on the readers to make its end. Okay, the child gets lost in a fair. In the end, the earlier things by which he was attracted, same things are offered to him, but he denies all those things because his parents are not with him. So he is looking for his parents. Okay, one kind man comes to his help and offers him all those things which he wanted earlier, but he says no to them. So in the end, the question is asked whether the child gets his parents back or not. So that you will have to decide, you will have to make your own end. Okay, when he gets to the fair, he is attracted by too many different things. Okay, and he wants to purchase many of them, but he is quite aware about the parents' reply. Parents would not easily say yes to his demand. So he doesn't even ask. Okay. So students, we will begin the lesson straightforward. While reading, you will come to know much more about it in detail. Okay. A child goes, the lost child, a child goes to a fair with his parents. He is happy and excited and wants the sweets and toys displayed there. But his parents don't buy them for him. Why then does he refuse when someone else offers them to him? So I have already told you, because at that time he is separated from his parents. So that time his parents become more important for him than all these things. So even though those things are offered later to him by that man, kind man, he says no to them all. Okay. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. So students, it is a fair. In village fair, if you see in the olden movies, you will notice such fairs. Okay. So in such fairs, the people would go with some good dresses. So here gaily clad humanity means all the humans, the people of that area, in some good clothes, gaily clad, happily clad. Humanity emerged, came out. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. So you see students, all types of people went to the fair. Okay, some were going walking, some were going by riding their horse. Some even sat because they were not able to walk such a distance. So they were being carried by the other people in bamboo. Okay, and bullock carts, and some came through bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. So this little boy who was walking between his father's leg, he was full of life and energy, because maybe this was his first experience to the fair. So he is very much excited about it. Come, come child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. So students, here the child is walking just behind the parents. He is lagging behind. He cannot keep the pace with the parents. Why? The reason is given, because he was so much fascinated, he was so much attracted by the toys and the other things which are lined up in the shops. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. So he was an obedient child. When the parents told him to come fast, he managed to get that pace, but still his attention is on those receding toys which are left behind, because he is moving front. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. So he is quite aware of all these things. He is quite aware of his parents' attitude, parents' nature. Okay, in the past also he must have asked many things from the parents, and parents must have denied those things to him. Because sometimes students, we feel angry with our parents, but our parents know it better, what is good for us, what is not. So they will provide us the good things only. If something is going to hurt you, they will not give you such a thing. Plus they also have to see their financial condition, economic condition. Okay, if they are not rich enough, and if you ask him to purchase a car for you, it's not in their reach, it's beyond their reach. Okay, so we have to, when we demand something from parents, we have to see this particular aspect of their life also. Okay, they will never say no for any unwanted things. Okay, students, so I want that toy, he pleaded. He requested. Pleaded here means requested. I want that toy. His father looked at him red-eyed. Red-eyed means in angry manner, in his familiar tyrant's way. So when he was looking at the son, he was looking like a tyrant. Tyrant means julmi. Okay. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender and giving him her finger to hold. So this should be the nature of the parents. When one parent is angry, another should be tender enough. And same thing is done by the mother. When father looks very angry with his demand, the mother looks very much tender. Here atmosphere is also such. Okay, the nice atmosphere of the day because of this fair. So she looks tender and she gives her hand, her finger to the child and said, "Look child, what is before you?" So mother is trying to divert his attention from that demand to something else. What is that something else? We'll see. It was a flowering mustard field, okay, pale like melting gold as it swept across miles and miles of even land. So what was there before him? There was a mustard field. Okay, if you have seen the movie Dil Wale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, in that song is there, Tujhe Dekha To Ye Jana Sanam. So that song, in the background you see what? The mustard field. So like that mustard field was spread for miles and miles of even land. Land is also even, so for a long distance you can see. So his mother is trying to divert his attention to this natural beauty. Okay. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. Okay. So they were moving very, bustling means moving very energetically. About on their gaudy purple wings. Their wings are what? Very much showy. Gaudy means showy. Okay, ornamental. Intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. Okay, they are slightly deflecting the flight of a lone black bee. Why? Or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. They are going in the sweetness of the flowers. All these butterflies, they would love to sit on the flowers and what? Suck its sweet substance. The child followed them in the air with his gaze. The child was also started now, he started following them till one of them would still its wings and rest. The butterflies were just moving, and when they became still, till that time the child followed them and he would try to catch it. Now the butterfly is seated on some flowers. The boy is trying to catch it, but it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air when he had almost caught it in his hands. Okay, students. So here it is mentioned, when he had almost caught it, means he did not catch it. He was on the verge of catching it. He was at the last moment. Almost यानी वो एक्शन हुई नहीं है. Understood? तो यहाँ वो कैचने के, उसको पकड़ने की क्या है, कगार पे ही था और वो उड़ गया, फ्लैपिंग इट्स विंग्स. Then his mother gave a cautionary call. Okay, cautionary call made him cautious. Come child, come onto the footpath, because on the roads many other things are coming. Bullock carts is coming, other people are being carried, so he might fall down. That's why mother is calling him on the footpath. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while. Abreast means very close to them. Okay, a while, being however soon left behind. Again he was left behind. Why? Because he notices so many things. So that's why his attention is drawn to those things, and that's why he cannot keep pace with his parents. Attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. Now this time he was attracted by the insects and worms, and they were in plenty of numbers. And why had they come out? They had come out from their hiding place to enjoy the sunlight. Okay. Come child, come, his parents called from the shade of a grove. Okay, grove means a group of trees, a small forest type thing, where they had seated themselves on the edge of a wall. So his parents sat for some times to take rest. From there, they just called him. He ran towards them. So he ran towards them. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove. Grove, I told you, it is what? A group of trees. So when he entered into the shadow of these trees, what happened? Some flowers fell upon him, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. Okay. Now again his attention was diverted. Again he started collecting the petals of those falling flowers. But lo, he heard the cooing of doves. Now again something else is drawing his attention. What is that? Doves are cooing. So his attention was drawn to the cooing of the dove, and ran towards his parents shouting, the dove, the dove. Okay. So he is very much attracted by the sound of the dove. The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. Okay. इसमें ऐसा हो रहा है, एक वो करता है, दूसरी चीज भूलता है. तो यहाँ अभी तक वो पेटल्स कलेक्ट कर रहा था हाथ में, जैसे ही ये कोइंग का आवाज आया, अब वो डव को देख रहा है, हाथ में से कलेक्ट किए हुए फूल गिर जाते हैं, उसकी पंखड़ियाँ. कम चाइल्ड कम, they called to the child who had now gone running in wild capers. Okay, wild capers round the banyan tree. Wild capers means in wild jumps round the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they took the narrow winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard fields. Now they took a winding footpath, not straight, winding, taking a turn, and led to the fair through the mustard fields. From mustard fields, now they are going towards the fair. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of throngs converging to the whirlpool of the fair, and felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. So students, now they are very much close to the fair place. From there they could see so many footpaths taking them to a particular place where crowds of people were there. Okay, and it almost the center of the fair had come. So that's why converging to the whirlpool of the fair. Whirlpool means the center of the fair, where many people were there. Okay, so students, at that time he felt repelled also and fascinated also, both the feelings together. Now students, this normally would not happen. While you are watching a horror movie, you get frightened also and you want to watch also. So both the things are simultaneously not possible. So here same thing of feeling he has. Okay, he felt repelled by looking at so many people gathered over there, and he also felt attracted by their colorful dresses and by the things sold over there by different shops. Okay, a sweetmeat seller hawked. Okay, sweetmeat seller yani mithai wala. Okay, he was shouting gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi at the corner of the entrance, and a crowd pressed around his counter at the foot of an architecture of many colored sweets decorated with leaves of silver and gold. He was shouting the names of all the sweets. Okay. And where was he standing? At the corner of the entrance, and a big crowd had gathered over there to purchase the sweets. Okay. And sweets were decorated and just arranged. Okay. They were decorated with the leaves of silver and gold. You must have seen silver and gold, this one, leaves on the sweets, just to attract the people. Okay. The child stared open-eyed and his mouth watered for the barfi. That was his favorite sweet. So students, it is natural. Okay. It is natural that when you see the food of your choice, your favorite food, your mouth will water. Okay. So here same thing happens to the child. He is a small boy. He liked barfi the most, and when he sees the barfi, his mouth starts watering. I want that barfi, he slowly murmured. Now see, he is aware about the responses of his parents. He knows what sort of answer the parents would give. So he just murmurs, means speaks in a very low voice. Ki, I want that barfi. Okay. But he half knew as he begged that his plea would not be heeded because his parents would say he was greedy. Okay. He half knew this thing. कि his request would not be heeded, would not be paid attention to. ये जो request कर रहा है बर्फी के लिए, उसके ऊपर उसके parents ध्यान नहीं देंगे. And what they would say that you are very greedy, कि तू खाने का लालची है, बराबर. The word used for that is glutton. Glutton means बहुत खाने वाला, जिसको खाना देख के ही बस टूट पड़ता है वैसा. So here the parents would consider him a greedy person, greedy for food. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. Understood? Students, I have already told you, he does not wait for the answer, or there is no question of asking for anything to the parents, because he is quite aware about the parents' answers. Okay. So without waiting for their answer, he just moved on. A flower seller hawked a garland of gulmohar, a garland of gulmohar. Now another person, okay, a flower seller, is selling what? The garland of gulmohar. He is dragging his attention. The child seemed irresistibly drawn. He went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped and half murmured. So here again he is attracted by the gulmohar flowers. And he again murmured, half murmured, means not in a full voice, just suppressed voice. I want that garland. But he well knew his parents would refuse to buy him those flowers because they would say that they were cheap. Now this time parents would say no on any ground. Okay, parents would give any reason for saying no. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. Okay, a man stood holding a pole with yellow, red, green, purple balloons flying from it. Now normally most of the children ask for balloons. Here see what happens. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of their silken colors. So he was very much attracted, okay, by all these silken colors balloons, and he was filled with an overwhelming desire, yani intense desire to possess them all. But he well knew his parents would never buy him the balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. So every time child is quite aware about the parents' responses, parents know, and also with the reason why they are saying no. So when balloons are there, they say that, they will say no, saying this, that you are too old to play with balloons. Ab tu bada ho gaya hai, balloon se kya khelega. So he walked on farther. Okay, so students, here so many things we have noticed. We will just wind up for today over here. Next time when we see, we will continue the remaining lesson. Till that time, students, I request you once again, you go through this lesson. Remember, from your moments, only the question answers will come. No other things will be asked. So if you have gone through the lesson well, you can answer all those questions very nicely. So once again, you go through the lessons at home and just enjoy the story. Thank you and have a nice day.